when nothing truly mattered and we hadn't had a clue. We fell in to play the game, nothing would ever be the same. There were times when there was laughter, there were times when there was joy, but they took it all away for the pleasure in our pain. Welcome to our whole new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we know. Welcome to our whole new world. All the lions try to hide away from the scars we made. This is your chance to understand we did not design this plan that was built for you. There's nothing you can do. This is my warning, this is your sign that you can't go running high. We will fight for you. You know it to be true. Welcome to our whole new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we know. Welcome to our whole new world. All the lions try to hide away from the scars we made. From the scars we Welcome to our whole new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we made. Welcome to our whole new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we made. Welcome to our whole new world. All the lions try to hide away from the scars we made. Welcome to
And welcome everyone to Nerd TV for another RSR Next Generation Cup Series race, this time live from the simulated Richmond Raceway. where we're going to go 150 laps here in the Cup cars. For the Victory Fuel 175. Weather on the track 78 degrees Fahrenheit, 45% humidity, partly cloudy. No wind, short track, does not matter, throw it away. But we're going underneath the lights here. So as this race keeps winding down further and further, it's going to get more dark. It's going to get cooler. It's going to get grippier. And you're going to have a lot of fun here tonight for 150 laps. My name is Jeremy Stanley, a.k.a. Jay Swifty on the interwebs. To my right, double dutying it, Dustin Loxton, a.k.a. Ballistic, pressing the buttons and talking with me tonight. What's up, man?
Hey, ready to sit here and see these Cup cars take and tackle Richmond. We've seen the trucks tackle it on Sunday in the Global Racing League Truck Series. It was a fantastic race under the lights. It's an amazing facility, beautiful under the lights. Really makes the paint schemes really pop, or paint skins. A shout out to our very missed friend, Mr. Jason Rockefeller. We miss you, my guy. Hope everything is going well. But yeah, it should be a good one, Jeremy. I mean, this is a great facility. These cars, they're a challenge. I mean, we've seen these drivers struggle. I mean, it's been a huge struggle bus. Off turn 2, turn 4, we've seen cars break loose. There you see one coming out of turn 2, breaking loose. We've seen them pancake the turn 2 wall, break loose out of 4. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a struggle. But, I mean, nonetheless, I mean, it's going to be an exciting race. Hopefully not as exciting as the finish of the real-life Richmond race. Way to go, Mr. Austin Dillon, sitting here and wiping out freaking 2 drivers. But, hey, shout out to Joey Logano for trying to wipe out Dillon's crew all in the same thing on pit road. So that was crazy in its own, but not going to see that kind of action here, but the action you will see is going to be on the track, and it's going to be some really good racing, Jeremy.
Listen, there's always 2 tails to the tape, right? I saw on the interwebs that Austin Dillon just missed the corner. It was a complete accident. You can leave that right there. That person was on he was on cloud 10 with that comment. But yeah,
okay, so what about a spotter saying, wreck him, wreck him, wreck him?
Nah, he was just watching Wreck-It Ralph. I don't know what to tell you. Like, he was watching some other. He probably was playing a video game off of turn 4, just not even watching Austin Dillon doing what he did.
He was racing iRacing up there. That's what he was doing.
Yeah, that's it. Doing some iRacing, losing some, got a 4X off of 4. Yeah, I mean, you might see that. Hopefully not. These guys respect one another way more than that, so I don't expect it. But hey, it makes our job a lot more fun when we see it, because we can talk about it, right? So, who knows? Short track racing. You don't
Short
have
track tempers, too. I mean, it is a thing.
You don't have the prime versus the alternate tires. You just have one tire. So that's fun. Shorter race than Sunday, so it's a little more get up and go, not so much lagging back. It's going to be a good one for sure. I love Richmond. Like I said, it's on Sunday. If you tuned in on Sunday, I love watching this track. I suck driving here. I can drive the line, but I'm still slow. So if anyone wants to give me some tips here, feel free to do so. We got 45 seconds, though, Dustin. I want to recap points before we go qualifying here. Nate Campbell, P1. Ryan Bean, 2nd. Harold Watkins, 3rd. Richie Coy, 4th. Adam Boughton. That's your top 5. Top 8 are all within points, and they have it listed toward 9th on back is like a crazy amount of points out, because they split the seasons from just a month ago when they had that 2-week layaway. So we're kind of battling for the top 12 spots, which on that bubble mark right now, 10th place Travis Strogeny, 11th Robert Fitzpatrick Sr., 12th at the final spot Jerry Culver, and then you got 7 points out of that. There's a 2-way tie. Actually, Jerry Culver, Brock Potter, they're tied. So they're fighting for the last spot. And then you got 14th Brandon Gagnon, 15th Brian Fine, 16th Zach Strenthal. Those guys are on the hunt. And we got about 4 weeks left of regular season racing before we go to the 6 weeks of chase playoffs. And so just kind of keep an eye on those names I mentioned. I can talk about them throughout the race and see how they're doing and whatnot. I'll try to keep you up to date. But Dustin, I'm sorry I took all your talk time. You just stared at a camera for 3 minutes. It's okay. We're going to qualify now, so we're going to turn the cameras off your screen.
Hey, it was needed information. We are getting close to the cutoff there. for playoffs. So it's definitely needed.
It definitely was. So, like I said, we'll keep you up to date for sure. I got it on my end. I'll be talking to Dustin about it and talking to you guys that are chiming in. But here we go. We have Harold Watkins in the 23. Funko Pop. I have 300 of these, Dustin. Can you believe that? I have 300.
I can. I've seen your walls, my guy. You forget this. I have seen your walls. This guy has got shelves for days with Funko Pops on them.
And I wish I could say they're all mine, but they're not. Half of them belong to my wife. So it's a Disney wall versus a wrestling wall, superhero wall, you name it. They're all over the place. But he won practice. He with a 22.213. He's on lap number 2 here. He's 3/10 slower on the first lap. Closes out his time with a 3:23. So currently still P1. Nick Alford, second place. Jeff Chandler jumps into second place. They're 3:55. 10 times posted so far.
Yeah, 10 times posted. Like I said, very close qualifying times. Only 2 drivers right now on the .3s. That's Watkins and Chandler, currently residing on that front row. And then you have a slew of them in the .4s. Correction, Schrintenthal just hit the .3s, just barely, but hit the .3. So 3 drivers in the .3s right now. But again, a slew of them in the .4s from 4th on back to 8th is all in the .4 bracket. And Jeremy, would you believe it that only 700ths of a second separate it? And we have almost a dead heat tie for P5 right now between TJ Bartell and Mr. Nick Alford, both at a 22.42. Had to go to the third decimal point for that one.
Yeah, we got a couple times. Yeah, Bartell and Alford, 4.20 to a 4.24. Then I'm looking down a little bit further. We have Justin Hendry at a 6.40 to a 6.65. They're still filing in, Dustin. They're getting really close here. Kevin Ruff, third place now at the 361. Nathan Campbell falls to 4th with his 370. So just our front end just a little bit more. We got 18 times posted, 27 entries, by the way. 27. We have just over 2 minutes left in this
Zach
qual session.
Wilson, first driver and only driver in the .2 second bracket, now holds the pole to 22.27. Jeremy, blistering lap here.
Yeah, that's the we saw a couple of drivers in the .2s in practice, and he's the first one to hit qualifying. We're on board with Brian Fine. He's unable to get to that yellow line, which you need to get there if you want to run the fast time. Let's see if we can get it here in 3 and 4. He just can't do it. Car's just pushing up a little much. Can't rotate the thing, but then still gets loose on corner exit. Not going to be the best time for the 57. Across the line, P12 right now for him with a 4.78.
Yeah, Ryan Bean right now, first lap out, puts him P14. But this is his heater lap. He painted that yellow, drifts up just a little bit, probably a little bit more conservative there, but that's going to put him and slot him P1, Jeremy. .25, only 2 drivers in the .2s. So even with that little bit of drift, though, still able to maintain that speed as he's now top of the charts with Zach Wilson in that 51. Both drivers there slotted for your front row as it sits now.
And Ryan Bean's actually one of the very few drivers, kind of looking down the list here. Yeah, he's one of very few drivers that actually beat their practice time. He practiced at a .277, comes in at a qualifying time of 2:53. I only see maybe 2 or 3 drivers that are able to do that. So the pace overall a little bit slower in this qualifying session versus practice. That's because the track's rubbered in more. You can see in the aerial in turn 1 and turn 2 there on the upper half of your screen, a lot of rubber buildup. So it's slowing down these cars just a little bit. You can even see it right there, exiting 4 and entering 3. It gets really dark, and that's clearly where the racing line is here at Richmond. There's not much variance in there. This isn't 2007 daytime. You're not going to run the junior line up against the outside wall in 1 and 2. It's just not possible here on the sim world at Richmond.
Especially in these cars here. I mean, that turn 2 wall is going to gobble you up if you try to run that high line.
Yeah, absolutely there. And so as it rubbers in, apparently you get slower in the sim world, and that's it. Qualifying has come to a close, Dustin. That's it. We're going to get our lineup here for the Victory Fuel 175 lined up and ready to go. As soon as you get your fancy drone to rotate around this thing, we're going to take our walk down the grid. Ryan Bean's going to be P1 here, 51. Zach Wilson in second place. Row number 2, you're going to find Harold Watkins in third, Jeff Chandler in fourth. Row 3, Kevin Ruff in fifth, Nathan Campbell in sixth. Row 4, Zach Strenthenall in seventh, TJ Bartell in eighth. Row number 5, you'll find Nick Alford in ninth, Gage Wenzel in 10th. Row 6 will be Brandon Gagnon 11th. 12th place is Timothy Watson. Row 7 will be Brian Fine and Alexander Hodge. Row 8 will be Justin Hendry. In 15th, Dalton Wicker in 16th. Row number 9, you'll find Gino Mero and Brock Potter. Row 10, it's Christopher James, Adam Boughton. That's your top 20. 21st in row 11 is Tony Ludi. 22nd, Nolan Potter. Row number 12 will be Bob Fitzpatrick and Sky McGearick. 25th, Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. 26th, Jerry Culver. And Jackson Brown, if he loads up onto the track, will be the 27th entry here for the Victory Fuel 175. I think Jackson Brown is a new name. Correct me if I'm wrong. But that's it. We're going to take our sky coverage back up through the front, wait for 2 laps of pacing, and then these guys are for a go. Go for lunch.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. And yes, I do believe Jackson Brown is a newer name here. Gino Morrow making a return as well. He has been on a hiatus coming back. So good to see these drivers come back. We always enjoy seeing that. But I tell you what, Jeremy, it's going to be a good race here. We've seen some solid qualifying efforts from drivers and drivers that needed it. Kevin Ruff, solid qualifying effort in the top 5. Zach Wilson slotted in P2 right now. Solid qualifying effort there for the 51 machine. TJ Bartell slotted in the top 10. That's a solid spot. He's slotted back there in 8th. So, I mean, again, we've seen Jeff Chandler's been on fire as well as qualifying efforts have been solid. Of course, we know the Stealth Motorsports driver is up there. Nathan Campbell, Schrententhal is up there. Harold Watkins is up there. Being on the pole, so, you know, typical ones. But I tell you what, I mean, qualifying is so vitally important here, Jeremy, at Richmond, because track position is key. This can be a very difficult track, as obviously we have a little wind variance here going on the drone, but it can be a very difficult track to pass on. I mean, you have to wait for your moment to try to pass and everything else. You have to wait for it to be open. We seen in the trucks, the high line did get working with the way these cars were handling. I don't know if that high line is going to be key, Jeremy. These things were getting wicked loose out of turn 2 and turn 4. So again, just like in the truck race on Sunday, those are going to be bidding and fighting each other for the title of Coffin Corner between the two of them. So it's going to be an interesting one for sure.
3 drivers did not make the grid. Bob Fitzpatrick in the 3, the 13 of Jerry Culver, and the 54 of Jackson Brown will not be starting this event. So 24 cars on track. And you talked about the high line might not be a thing. Might not be a thing solo time, but if you get side by side, we've seen the pace run a little slower in that qualifying session because the track's rubbered in. Maybe that second group might be able to be a good defense line. We'll find out. Pace car is down. Ryan being ready to go. Geico restart zone real quick. Green flag is out here. Almost clears the 51 Zach Wilson, who gets a pretty decent start timing. But of course, Ryan Bean gets the inside advantage there. Nice sharp curve through the front straightaway. Momentarily has him cleared. Slides up. Belongs to him. 23 Harold Watkins to the inside. Quarter door. He's going to remain at the door panel through 3 and 4. Looks like Zach's going to be able to hold him off here momentarily. A little loose here. Cold tires. Lap 1 complete. Ryan Bean, 0.2 of a second lead.
Yeah, those guys there. So P2, the battle's still on for P2 and for P5 right now. And that battle's between Nathan Campbell and Kevin Ruff. They're duking it, battling it out. But Jeremy, look at this slew of drivers here. You want to talk about a hornet's nest just waiting to be agitated and rattled up? This is it right here. Very close. You have easily about 10 to 12 drivers right here within a tenth of a second or less of each other. You see the 20 of TJ Bartell got loose coming out of turn 2. That was one of the corners we had talked about. He's going to back up a little bit of door contact between him and Schrittenthal. 3 wide as they were going through there. they collect it back up and get it gathered. They're going in the right direction now.
Yeah, Strengthenol slides up into the door panel of the 20. TJ Bartell, he checks up. Brandon Gagne in 83 had to check up so he didn't run to the back of TJ. Contactor on the outside wall. Maybe the two of Strengthenol, 36 possibly.
3 wide.
3 wide, shuffled him back there. Brandon makes the pass. TJ trying to pass him down on the outside. Dead heat at the line between the 36 and the 20. They're going to go 3 wide, potentially. Looking to the inside.
Yeah,
momentarily.
It's that was tough. That was the 36 of Gage Wenzel that, I mean, just pancaked that center backstretch wall there. But Jeremy, we've talked about it in broadcast before that these cars, when they break loose, they get snappy loose. So our instinct as drivers is to try to counter steer it to correct it. And when doing that, they get snappy loose. And a lot of times, big contact, big accident here. That looks like that involves the 11 of Alexander Hodge is involved in that one. Jeff Chandler's involved in that one. We're going to go back to the Nerd TV replay to see exactly what brought out our first Boomer Box caution of the evening.
Sorry, Doyle Lawrence. It is going to be all Jeff Chandler, all by himself, going to cause this big car pileup. Slideways through 1 and 2, dirt tracking it. And tire found grip there. And he's going to come up and destroy the front of this car. Right in front of the field. There goes Zach Strengthenol, TJ Bartell. They're instantly involved. 36, Gage Wenzel. 98, bam, just clears into. There's Alexander Hodge. You mentioned it there. So that's at least 5 cars. Nick Alford in 98. Let's see if anybody else piles in. 10, Adam Boughton barely escapes that one. And Dustin, what you got here on the second review?
We're going to go on board with Alexander Hodge. You see Chandler get loose right there. And, that is a tough angle for the 11 of Alexander Hodge. We're going to take another view with that on what happened, because a lot of people are like, well, why didn't Alexander hit the brakes or anything else? Well, we're going to show you why he didn't hit the brakes. This is his view right here. Actually, correction. This is his view right here. So as he's going in the corner, you can't even really see the 31 get loose. And you can't see anything because the 98 is right in front of him. So all he sees is the 98 all of a sudden just stop instantly, and he's got absolutely no time to react whatsoever. So again, it's almost a perfect storm. Chandler was spinning. It was in his blind spot there at the A pillar, which the A pillar is this pillar right here. It was right in the blind spot, and then when they come off the corner, then all of a sudden it was just the 98 in front of him, and the 98 was blocking everything that was happening with the 31 of Chandler.
Literally could not see anything. That was a great view there on the Oakley visor to figure that out, what the view looked like. And yeah, no, it's just Alexander Hodge completely nowhere to go. A couple of other drivers also just nowhere to go. You're still filed in there from a restart, or from the main start rather, just side by side. There's not much room on the track. The car slams the wall, shoots down to the middle part of it, and it's just a bunch of chaos that ensued after that. So caution is awarded to the 31, of course. Jeff Chandler still parked at the moment. Heavy damage. Probably going to be sitting there for 5 to 10 minutes, I would imagine, under repairs there. So yeah, sorry, that's a big bummer there, Doyle. Hate to see it early. Beautiful car. Of course, our logo's on it too, so just don't like to see it at all. And that's been
the story. You know, that's been the story for the 31. Sorry to cut you off. He has had probably some of the worst luck. I think the only other driver that has had probably worse luck than the 31 of Chandler has probably been Kevin Ruff. Yeah, the man that had the victory locked in based off of pit strategy and got wiped out intentionally by a driver who is no longer here. That was the call from the admins there. They wasted no time to remove the driver of the 15. Velocity on that one there. But, I mean, it's that right there would have solidified Kevin Ruff in on that one there. And both drivers have had the struggle buses. You remember Kevin Ruff struggled last week, too. You know, some of these drivers, they're just waiting for that white horse, that luck to turn around on it. And Jeremy, you and I have been racing for a lot of years, since way back on NR2K3. I mean, it's tough as a driver to try to stay motivated to keep going. You've seen me recently with that as well. It's tough to just keep trucking forward, waiting for that luck to turn around.
Yeah, I mean, oh, we're going back to restart here, but we can talk more about it. I'm sure we're gonna have more than just that break to talk about bad luck in general.
Wow,
But
what a cut!
yeah, 3 wide already. Kevin Ruff gonna lose 2 spots real quick. 17 to the inside. Dalton Wicker making some moves from 16th to 7th already. Oh, Ryan Bean with a little bit of an issue. Gonna allow Harold Watkins to the inside. They're going to be side-by-side teammates here for the race lead. Slams him, hits him in the door. Contact at the line, still holds on. Ryan Bean leads that lap. But teammates roughing it up early on here.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, the 23 of Harold Watkins is hungry. He is hungry. He wants a victory. Oh, still roughing it up. Kicks his teammate sideways. But that's going to open the door for another stealth teammate. Nathan Campbell going to try his chance on here. So Jeremy, teammate on teammate violence here, and this is already starting to look like the end of the real cup race at Richmond.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because the 23 hit a normal line on the inside, but Ryan Bean was a whole car length plus lower than the normal exit for the outside car. 23 didn't expect it, makes the door contact, saves it. He loses a few spots there. Now it brings in Nathan Campbell, the most winning driver in the back half of the 2024 season. He's going to put pressure on his teammates, which these two have been in a little in-house rivalry on who's the better driver. Top 6, single file, almost Kevin Ruff here, side by side with the 43, Timothy Watson. And they got 2x2 here off of 3 and 4. Is TJ Bartell underneath or inside behind the 99. And Dustin, I mentioned Dalton Wicker, who's up to 4th place right now. He's also chatting on YouTube saying hello guys in the booth, so I don't know how that's possible. Oh, TJ Bartell loses the bumper, heavy contact, stays under green somehow. And just like that, TJ Bartell going to find pit road with a lot of damage. Or not.
That was hard impact on that one. My goodness. But we had talked about that, Jeremy. They get loose. That's getting loose right off of turn 2, right when that transition goes to the flat. And these Gen 7 cars, because I refuse to call them next gen anymore, these Gen 7 cars do not like that weight transfer like that. And that's what happens. And he's finally coming down to pit road now. A lot of front nose damage on that one there. But go back on your comment saying what's up guys in the booth. I don't know how he's doing that. I don't know. Maybe he pulled a Keselowski and he was texting while under caution. But I tell you what, because if he's texting while racing, man, more power to you. Because that 3 wide move there off that start, that was a bold move there, Cotton.
Yeah, I think that comment came in, I think, a half a lap prior to green flag. So, contact 43.99. 43. Timothy Watson a little loose. Hits the 99 with his left rear of his car, but they keep it going straight. 43 now bounces off the wall. 99 barely gets to him at that lap, but here's Brian Fine now trying to make some moves on the inside. This is where TJ Bartell was before that wreck. Brian Fine's taking over that. Gets loose himself. This is a pretty little dicey pack right now.
Yeah, and I've kind of noticed that not only coming off of turn 2 and the weight transfer that these Gen 7 cars do not like, but maybe it plays a little bit of that dirty air because a lot of the times when they've done that, Jeremy, just like with TJ Bartell and then we've seen Brian Fine do it, they were very close to the driver in front of them. So maybe it's taken some of that downforce off that front nose where they get the grip to turn, and it's not doing it, justice to them. This is a tough track, especially in these cars here, but this pack here, Jeremy, like you said, this is a dicey pack. They are running so close right now.
Everybody else is single filed and spaced out, so this is the action on the track right now. I was going to shout out earlier to Chris Dixon saying let's go 83, so appreciate you jumping into the chats as well. So I know we got 7 live, 8 live now on YouTube, so if you want to chime in, feel free to do so. I guess if you're driving, you're allowed to do it as well. So momentarily, kind of calm down. Nolan Potter gives it up a little bit. Kevin Ruff, though, not giving it up. Ooh, 43 sharp cut to the inside. 71 still trying to use that second groove. Look at that launch, though, Dustin, off a corner exit 4. These cars seem to like the second groove on corner exit here.
Yeah, and they get that excellent run. You see the 57 of Fine has been passed, seen 2 passes made on that high side. He kind of jumped up there, but they get a hellacious run on that high side. And what they can do is lock that driver down to that inside line, essentially pinch off their runoff on the corner so that they have to roll out of the throttle to prevent from getting into it. You got to be careful with that. We've seen in the truck series where the inside driver anticipated that outside driver to drift up to the wall, and that driver didn't drift up near as much, and it causes contact. But my fear, Jeremy, is with as loose as these cars are getting and what everybody is battling is running that second groove. What is that going to do to tire wear and tire heat more than anything else on these cars? Because, I mean, you get these things hot and greasy like that, it's only going to make that loose factor even worse.
Yeah, it will, especially on a track like Richmond. It's not nearly as banked as some other tracks, so you're going to lose a little bit of grip for sure if you try to run the thing hard in the corners. And I'm going to take a quick moment to shout out our series sponsor, Best One Tire and Service, the presenting sponsor every single Tuesday for the Cup Series here. So if you're looking for a one-stop automotive repair and tire shop, Best One Tire and Service helps you get new tires, tire repairs, and auto service you need from the people you can trust. Check out where they are nearest to you by visiting bestonetire.com. You can use the little search engine to see their locations. And if they're kind of in your area, I would definitely recommend stepping in there. Kevin Ruff, he knows all about them. He highly recommends them. They're not a phony shop. They're gonna here to take care of you. So once again, that's bestonetire.com.
Yeah, and I tell you what, there's going to be a lot of drivers that are going to want some tires, especially with the way they're running, Jeremy. I've seen, we have like a mixed bag. So we have conservative drivers that are just pacing, just getting laps down. And then we have groups like this here where they are running super hard right now. You see, right, Brock Potter in the 4 is now putting his nose to the outside of Nolan Potter. So now we're adding another car to the mix here. So this group here is getting racy. The group further back is also getting racy. Got a little 3-pack right here, soon to be 3-pack. They've been racy too. So some drivers taking it easy. Some might be pushing it a little hard, and they might pay for it here in about 20 to 30 laps, Jeremy.
Gavin Ruff is one of those drivers right now. He continues to run the inside. He is trying everything he can, and I think he's gonna, like you were just saying, gonna be paying that price eventually. You can't continue to do that and run fast lap times. So he's still holding on. You just can't get past the number 4, Brock Potter. Now Nolan Potter for the first time going to jump to the second groove. He's going to get the nose to the outside. Kevin crowds him.
Oh!
There's the contact. And we expect to see a yellow. He's around. Oh, no. Oh, I mean, it's Alexander Hodge. He's already got damage, but going to add a little bit more to the chassis. And, well, not too many times, Dustin, we can catch the wreck live when we're talking about the group of cars. But 99 crowded them, and little wiggle from the outside lane kind of set that off.
Yeah, and that's an unfortunate event. You know, we had talked about that drive up and everything else, coming off of there. And, we're going to take another look at that, Jeremy. And they almost had it good, and then the 34 didn't roll out of throttle enough, and oh man, then that contact on the front nose of Kevin Ruff. Again, if it wasn't for bad luck, some of these drivers just would not have any luck at all. And the 99 of Kevin Ruff is definitely one of those drivers, just not having any luck at all as it sits. We're going to go our drone cam from further back. We're going to go and take a look. You see the 99 come up. 34 is there by the wall, watching the line. 34 is close. 34 comes down, Jeremy. So, I mean, there was crowding, but the 34 came down about a half a lane on that one and made contact. So, I mean, it was tight racing. I don't know if it was just, judgment, because that wall, it's an optical illusion. You see that red and white stripe. Sometimes it seems like it's closer than what it is. So, that's a product of close racing, Jeremy, especially here at Richmond on a short track.
Yeah, I thought it was a wiggle, but by that camera angle, that was just a misjudgment call, like you said. Just came down away from the wall, tagged the right rear of Kevin Ruff, and stuffed him to the outside, damage to the 34, 99. So these guys are going to come down pit road and get their damage repaired. We're going to step aside real quick, take a picture-in-picture. We'll be back for the drop of the green flag here shortly. All right, back to full screen here. 28 Ryan Bean controlling the start. Dalton Wicker from 16th to 2nd. Look at this 17. Well, he's the Austin Dillons of the restarts here, not having a good start. 83 Brandon Gagnon in their esports driver jumping up to P2 here, but Dalton's going to fight back really strong here on the outside. Gets back squared with him door panel to door panel. Gets to turn 3. Brandon's going to take that early approach right to the yellow line. Dalton's going to run it a little stronger, and there he goes. He's going to pass him just like that. So this 17 car from 16th to 7th, watch out. Oh, 3 wide here. Zach Wilson to the inside, trying to squeeze it around. Harold Watkins, 23 on the outside. He's going to barely give it up there. Go back to 2 wide, and going back to turn 3, 2 by 2.
Yeah, and with the way this is going, Jeremy, it seems like the passing is the 51 as Zach Wilson gets loose out of 4 there. You see that little wobble is able to keep it going. It seems like all the passing is coming from that high side more so than the low side. It looks like we're going back 3 wide again. Oh, man, a little bit of wall stuff there. 83 Brandon Gagnon has to back out of it wisely. I would not want to run 3 wide for very long here, but a lot of the passing, Jeremy, like I was saying, oh, that's Brock Potter there in the 4, gets loose of 4. So 4 loose out of 4, saves it, no caution. But Jeremy, look at the ground that he has lost on that one. What a save, though, that he had on that.
His car snapped loose. It looked like he was fine on exit. He's fine and just kind of whoop right in front of the 71.
Locks it up. Good car control.
Yeah, very good. We saw a couple of trucks on Sunday go through the grass and hit the wall, or, but he gathered back up quick, gets back on the racing surface, and does not lose a great amount of time like you would expect in that situation. So great heads up there from the number 4, Brock Potter.
Yeah, excellent. Like I said, excellent car control. I mean, it doesn't seem like much. And, some viewers out there might be like, well, that didn't seem like it was that bad. These cars here, when they break loose, they are very tough to try to come back and save. So when a driver does that, they put in some wheel time, and that's excellent car control to be able to do it, because that easily could have hit that snappy loose on there, and that thing would have went around. So good job by the 4. I'm sure there's probably going to be another caution. It's a short track. He'll be able to catch back up again. But, Jeremy, we got some excellent racing going on right now. Look at this pack right here. The 43 of Timothy Watson passing the 17 of Dalton Wicker there. Now Wicker battling the 23 of Harold Watkins. And then right behind him is the 51 of Zach Wilson. They're looking to go 3 wide. Wilson thinks better of it.
Man, Dalton almost took the nose off the 23 there on the front straightaway. Now he's behind him. Now Zach Wilson drives it in pretty good there. Sticks it to the bottom. Able to clear Dalton. So just like that, Dalton was from second back to fifth. Hits the wall, actually. The 71 Gino Merrill's going to look to the inside. Clear him into turn number 1. So they're going to go back to single file.
Can I say it, Jeremy? I can't be the only one thinking it. Dalton, put the cell phone down. Stop texting, my guy. Yeah, get back there, because you got a solid, fast piece under you.
There you go. There you go.
I know you were thinking it. Come on.
Texting, not enough driving. Look at this guy. He's fast, but he's also distracted. And Michelle Rittenberry, welcome to the chats. Let's go, Kevin, of course. That's the number 99. 1 lap down, 19th place. And she's asking, she missed the first part. Looks like Kevin is not having a good night. Is it because of a wreck? Well, kind of. The last caution, him and... I'm already forgetting the name, Dustin. Help me out here. The 34, right? Nolan Potter.
Nolan
there
Potter,
we go.
yep.
Made contact on the front straightaway. 99 crowded them on the exit, gave him tons of room after the fact. 34 misjudged the entrance into turn number 1. Hooks him in the right rear. And just for you, Michelle, we don't get this treatment too often, but we're going to go replay ages ago. Into the 99. Into the wall. That's some extra damage there. And then Alexander Hodge just cleans the left front side. So there was some damage to be repaired on the 99.
For our loyal viewers, we do things like that. The viewers we know that are always here, that we love doing stuff like that. So for any of the new ones out there, if you like to have stuff like that happen as well, hey, tune in each and every week. We love calling the race in action here. It's always good stuff, and we love interacting with you guys and bringing you guys in on it as well. So,
Man of the people.
Man of the people. That's right.
She gave you a frowny face and says, "Thanks, Dustin." So
how am I supposed to take that, Michelle? All right, she came back with an, "Oh, I appreciate you." So, all right, I know how to take it. All right, we're good. We're good.
There it is. She said that before our voices came over the broadcast. Remember, there's a 40-second delay, so somehow she just knew. But 28 Ryan Bean, 6th place. Not having a good start here on this run on lap 52, so just under 100 laps left in the victory field, 175. Nathan Campbell, Timothy Watson, Harold Watkins. That's your top 3 right now. You're showing your pit strategy. You're showing the stint lengths. We're about 2/3 basically into this one before we're matching the laps on the first stint. But look at this. The leaders nose to tail, nose to tail, nose to tail. So they're not 2 by 2 having an exciting show, but they're keeping it really buttoned up here, which is good to see.
Well, except for Nathan Campbell, who is just out to a 3.2 second lead. He's the leader of the race. He's going into turn 3 right now, and they were coming out of turn 2. So he's exiting 4 right now at the start-finish line, and yeah, they're just now coming out of 4. So he's got a substantial lead.
We almost had a wreck, Dust. I don't know if you got it registered on your end, but the 4 of Brock Potter and the 36 Gage Wenzel contact in turn 3 2 laps ago. Not sure if it registered. If you have it available, I would show it. There's a great save there from the 4 of Brock Potter once again. But here we go. Looks like we got something here. This is off of turn 2. Turn 3 is where this happens. Not sure who's at fault here. Could just be a racing deal. Heavy braking. You see the glow.
Ooh.
Contact slides. Zach Schrenthal comes in, smashes the nose end of that Toyota Camry. And he's going to save it again, Dustin.
Man, get that man the Good Hands Award. That's twice. Yeah, it almost looked like it was a misjudge on the braking point coming in, Jeremy. We seen those front brake rotors heat up to that cherry color there a little earlier than what we usually see it, which tells me that he was misjudging the 36 coming in that break point and was trying everything he could to prevent that from happening. But either way, excellent job by the 4 of Potter there to save yet another one. A good job by Schrintenthal, because Schrintenthal was on the binders too to stay out of the back bumper of Potter any more than what he already was. So that was a good heads-up driving by both.
Yeah, very good heads-up driving here, and seeing a bunch of cars here still on your screen. Short track racing style, but it is Richmond. I don't expect the Bristols, the Martinsvilles of this thing. They're going to have a little bit of spaced outness, which brings up one of our partners, iRacing iFlag track map. Love to show it to you 60 laps into this thing. A lot of guys right now, back straightaway, turn 2, big gap on the front stretch right now. Just a few cars out there. So about almost a half of the track consumed by the cars currently out here. 60 laps in.
And one thing, Jeremy, on that track map, you see that number 1 dot going halfway down the backstretch. He is now making his way into lap traffic. So right now, Nathan Campbell dealing with lap traffic, which means the rest of the field is going to be getting there too, especially the more laps that we keep picking on, the longer this green flag run goes.
Yeah, 100% there. This is an impressive gap here by this 45. 3.5 up ahead of Harold Watkins. Timothy Watson, the 43. Excellent job, as he is just getting a bumper full of Zach Wilson right now. Zach was basically pushing him through turn 2, trying to make the pass. He's got a faster car. It seems like he's just stuck. Here's got a good chance. He might look to the bottom. Nope, he's going to stick to the top. Oh, he's trying, man. He is faster. He's just looking for that way. There he goes to the inside finally.
Oh.
Making it stick almost. No, man. Close racing here. Zach's putting that pressure on, though.
He really is, and I mean, he was trying off a turn 2 there. The car just could not stick it. You seen the little bobble there. He got loose. He had to back out of the throttle. So I mean, he's trying every approach. He's put the nose high, tried to show high. He's put it low like he is now. I mean, he is all over the back bumper of Timothy Watson. But hey, I tell you what, hats off to Timothy Watson. Not letting up and not letting that intimidation factor happen. As they're running hard, Jeremy. That almost looked like it was trying to set up for a little bit of a bump and run like that right there. There it was, bump and run, almost textbook. Right into the corner, bump him, move him out of the line, and take that pass.
And cleared. 51 clears the 40. Well, 43 trying one last effort, pushes up the track, and there it is. Zach finally gets the breathing room, can make a charge now for the top 3. 71, Gino Merrill. He's up 12 positions, Dustin. This 71 car on a tear. 17th to 5th. Down to the inside of the 43. Timothy Watson trying to get himself into 4th place. Momentarily backs it down, though. Brian Fine there in 6th. Another guy making tons of gains. 13th to 6th. Nolan Potter 22nd to 7th.
He is your biggest gainer.
Yeah, so a lot of these guys right now just cycling through. Up to the front. Bad qualifying. Excellent race speed. And, so close as Alexander Hodges getting eaten up here with that destroyed car. He gets really tight. They're going to make the 57 scatter. 34 is going to go to the top. And not too many times see the slow car run the bottom as everyone passes up high.
Yeah, that was so close by the 71 of Gino Morrow. He almost right reared him there and just clipped the right rear bumper of the 11 of Alexander Hodge, trying to get to that high side. But yeah, like you said, not very often do you see, as we've got Ryan Bean coming down pit road now. So Jeremy, this could be the start of pit stops coming up, but it wasn't too long ago that they were on. It's been 34 laps, so it's about at the same stint as what it was on the first one when everybody came down. It's actually a lap longer, so this could be the start of scheduled green flag pit stops here for your leaders, Jeremy.
Contact. 71, Gino into the side of one of the slower cars. I think it was Robert Fitzpatrick there. He's able to save it. And it's going to put the 12 up top, 3 wide now. 57, Brian Fine in the middle. Go back to 2 wide. That was close off of turn 4 exit. 71, 12 contact. You see it right there on the bottom right-hand side of your screen. Just missed it.
Oh, no, we didn't.
There we are. 12. coming down like Denny Hamlin. 71 coming up like Austin Dillon. Blanc, but it goes in reverse. And there's that.
Good save.
Saves it. Yeah, very good save. Drives in it deep, though. 12 really conservative entrants. Backed it down a lot. We're back to live here. 71 laps in. 150s. We're just close to the halfway mark. Dustin, I'm going to shout out one of our partners here. The series sponsor, or the race sponsor, rather. Victory Fuel. It's full of electrolytes, absence of caffeine, low sugar content. Makes it a perfect drink to keep you hydrated and also energized. No artificial colors, packed full of your daily vitamins to support your overall health. Kid friendly because of the low sugar content and caffeine freeness. Anyone can drink this thing and it's going to taste great. You got 2 active flavors. Third, Purple Potion still on the way. Still looking for it.
Oh no, it's out.
Is it finally out?
It's out, my guy.
way.
You can get it in 4-packs and 12-packs, so that's why you see the purple card there from Tony Ludi running it, so you can get it, Jeremy.
Well, guess what I'm doing after tonight's race, sir? I am going to drinkvictory.com. I'm going to order me a 4-pack because I've been waiting for this thing since June. 2 months later, we finally get it. So, excellent there. But yeah, that's Victory Fuel. That's an excellent plug with the excitement that the flavor's finally out. So, use that promotion code RSR. It'll save you 10% off your purchase of Purple Potion or the other 2 flavors. So, go ahead and have at it. drinkvictory.com.
Yeah, excellent. And I, like you said, you nailed it on the head. I mean, it's good for everybody. I ordered, they had a deal about a month ago where if you bought a 12-pack, you got a 12-pack for free. I'm like, awesome, this will set me up good for the broadcasts. And it'll last me a little while. Oh no, kids got a hold of it. They love it. It tastes great. And before I knew it, I was completely out of Victory Fuel and now have to order more. So, yes, it is family friendly. It's great for everybody. Hydrates you. Excellent product.
What a problem to have. Kids take your drinks. That's your nighttime drink. I'm gonna stay hydrated, energized, and watch some RSR Next Generation Cup Series action. And you go to the fridge and you realize your kid stole your drink. Like, what a letdown that is. But at least they're enjoying it.
Oh, absolutely. It's an excellent product. And it's a really good story, too. If you guys get a chance, go read up on the story. On what happened with it from the Swindell family. It's a good story. It's an excellent background on it, and that's why they are very heavy into all types of racing, be it real racing or sim racing. So, excellent product. But I tell you what, another excellent product we have is a Racing on Track. It looks like the 4 Brock Potter coming in to the service of his crew. Jeremy, I don't blame him. 2 saves on that. Those tires are probably heated and greasy and hating him right now. So, not a surprise that the 4 Brock Potter's in on pit road. But again, these are scheduled. I'm just wondering how long some of these drivers are going to do it. And Jeremy, this is where we could see some of these pit strategies.
I got 2 camera angles I want you to go to. First off, 98 Nick Alfred just wrecked on the back straightaway. I don't know if you got that registered there. He's really slow on your screen right now. There's 2 things I want you to look at. First will be this wreck if you got it, which Denver Count Dustin out. Here we go. Back it up, nerd, TV, VHS, rewind. Oh, there's another wreck. Okay, well, we got some more things to look at. So, 98 all by himself. No assistance required.
There's that turn, too. Ooh.
Very tricky turn,
man,
too.
he had that wobble. Oh.
He saved it. No way.
Wow.
All right, Dustin. He takes away the 4's best hands of the ward because I think that's a better save.
It is, especially with that death wobble. A lot of times in these Gen 7s, you have that death wobble like that, and once it hits that death wobble, there's no coming back from it. But the 98 proved us wrong. But then we had another one that was happening as well with the 12 of Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. Also had a little incident while that was going on.
I did not catch this one at all. He reacts. Oh, the 85, Justin Hendry just up swipes the 12. So that's impressive all by itself.
Oh, almost contact with Wicker. Oh, it did make contact with Dalton there. But I mean, that's short track racing, Jeremy. I mean, you have minimal time to react, and then when you do react, you've got minimal space to react, to try to correct anything on it. So, I tell you what, though, that save by the 98 and Nick Alfred, though, that was a hell of a save, driving it out of that death wobble.
Tiny Toes putting out his big toe. But look at the 10. Look at his racing. This is the one thing I wanted you to look at before those wreck happened. I specifically said this outside will not happen. Count me wrong. This 10 car is up in the marbles. You see the rubber way up there, and he's running it. We're gonna see how, like, oh, okay, we're gonna scratch the car a little bit. That's cool, no problem. Denise the Nines is probably not happy with you right now. But we're up here in the third, fourth groove, right up against the wall. He's got Dalton trying to pass him, and he cannot. I have not seen a car in the virtual side run the third and fourth groove like Adam Boughton is right now. And somehow, some shape or form, he's fast up here.
Yeah, and that was one thing that you and I both did not think was going to be possible, and I believe that's D-Nice. D-Nice Designs.
I think you're right, actually. I said it and I knew I was wrong, but I went with it anyways.
Yeah, you know what? Guns. A.A. Ron would be really pissed at you right now because you pronounced D-Nice wrong. So.
Oh, we're going with the SNL skit. We got Jake Quellen in here.
Yeah, Jake Quellen. Where's Jake Quellen?
Jake Quellen.
Blackie? Where's Blackie? Oh, but yeah, no, this surprises me. It really does. I mean, he gets a little loose out of there, but man, he's getting an amazing run off of that, and just being able to maintain that. I would just be curious at what that's doing to the tires, because we've seen it on that camera angle, Jeremy. That thing is so riddled with rubber debris up there, and those tires were doing nothing but getting that up. As he gets loose, contact made there with the 36 of Gage Wenzel, as we were just talking about that, slows up the 88 of Ludi. The 2 of Schrittenthal has to slow up. Man, what a big check up there. That could have been way worse.
This pack is crowded. There goes the 10. He gives it up. He could not get the drive off corner exit. Tony Ludi in that purple potion, victory field car, trying to do something. Look at the 10 up in that fourth groove. Gets a decent drive off the corner. He just gave up way too much center speed. The outside's starting to fade away a little bit. There goes the 98. Yeah, he's going to have to make his way back down to the first and second groove. Just kind of used up those tires, it looks like, momentarily. And
pit road's busy.
34 down pit road. Jeff Chandler's backed his way out of the server tonight, so officially done for this evening. There's Gino Merrill. He's on pit road. 4-second lead for this guy, though. Nathan Campbell, as they're approaching lap 100. Dominant performance so far from the 45.
Oh, yeah. Since he took the lead, Jeremy, he has not looked back, and for good reason. I mean, because there's been nobody in his mirror. He is just driven away with this thing. But, again, still has to come down for pits at some point in time. He has not pitted yet, and we're still under green flag pit stops as it sits right now. So that's why you see a lot of these races. I mean, look at this group right here, Jeremy. We were talking about crowded. You want to talk about crowded? Look at this gaggle. We got a mix of fresh tires, mix of old tires. This is a combination and concoction like Jekyll and Hyde right now.
It's getting worse, too. Look at this. We're almost 3 wide. 43. Watson just really trying to muscle his way through here, past his tiny toes.
That's his tiny toes. Is that his new nickname? Wicker. Is that what we're calling Wicker now, is Tiny Toes?
Tiny Toes Dalton. I'm all here for it.
Oh, and there's a caution. Oh, and this one here looks like it's going to involve the 2 of Zach Schrittenthal, Jeremy.
Uh-oh. All right, 7 laps down. Been involved in 2 wrecks already. This might be the third one. Drives it into turn 1. Crowded. Brock Potter. Gonna bump his teammate. They're gonna send him around. Okay, well, teammate on... friendly fire is supposed to be turned off. And apparently they left it on. And the 4 is just going to clean the 2 right to the infield. And he's actually going to hit the inside wall here a little bit to the left front. That's not something you want to see there.
No, not at all. That's not what you want to see at all.
Okay, well, that's interesting. Now, I'm sure the debrief for that team will be good. There's the bump right there. Cleans him, says good night. And that was product, Dustin, of that news tires versus old tires. Like, it was bound to see... we were bound to see something happen out of it. It just happened to involve Brock Potter and Zach Sorrentino. As here we go. Pit road is obviously busy. Everybody else that has not pitted will be coming down for the service of the crew. There we go.
Yeah, and that's why I said, that was a product that, I mean, it was a concoction like Jekyll and Hyde. You had, Jekyll on the old tires, Hyde on the new tires, and it was bound that it was going to have a not so good effect on that one. I mean, that's what happened. But you're right. I mean, that's not the first time. I mean, if you recall, we sat here and had, teammate on teammate contact early in the race between Bean and Watkins that sent Watkins slideways a little bit, and he was able to bring it back. And then we have teammate on teammate again here. 28 of Bean elects to come down pit road. So that's going to relinquish the lead back to the 45, his Stealth Motorsports teammate, with his other teammate, Mr. Harold Watkins, in the 23, taking up P2. But Jeremy, as it sits, as they're still filing it out, our final podium position right now, under caution, is going to be held by the 57 of Mr. Brian Fine, doing a fine job.
Fine job indeed. He's been up here in the mix and having a good time with it. So a lot of these drivers, pretty interesting how they're cycling up and down through the field. You still got Justin Hendry. He's up 9 spots. Gage Winslow. You know what, Dustin? Nerd
What?
TV Top 10 Recap presented by Waterford Concepts LLC. It's time.
Let's do it.
We're ready for it. Here we go. 96 laps into this 150 lap event. Nathan Campbell, good boy, having a good car, doing a very good job up front, just destroying the competition right now with that Toyota Camry. So outside of dominance, not much to talk about this 45. Harold Watkins, on the other hand, who's made some contact with his teammate Ryan Bean, having a little interesting night himself. P2 right now. Started in 3rd, so just kind of living inside the top 5. Brian Fine, you said he's having a fine job. Well, he's up 10 spots from 13th in that 3rd place. So it's the first time we've cracked that top 3. We'll see if he can manage that throughout the rest of the way. Zach Wilson, P4, started 2nd. Car showed some excellent practice speed. At moments, we've seen him try to contend for the race win, but right now, going to be 4th place. 5th place, Justin Hendry, up 10 spots as well. 85, he had a little moment with the 12 earlier on, drove it in deep in turn 3, made some contact outside of that. This it says Plumco. I think it's a plumber car. I'm not too sure. Either way, he's really strong around here for the 85. Gage Wenzel, up 4 spots from 10th to 6th. 7th place, Tony Ludi. Very, very clean number 88 right now. 9th place, Adam Boughton. I skipped 8th place, sorry. Nick Alford. He's up 1 spot. Adam Boughton up 11 in the 10 car. First person to run the 3rd and 4th groove. And then Dalton Wicker back to 10th, but still up 6 spots. But here we go. Pace car is down. Ran that right to the end of this thing. Green flag is out. Excellent start from the 45. 51 maintains with the 23 to get to turn number 1. They're going to be nose to tail for the race lead. But he gives it up in turn 2. Single file, top 10.
Oh, I tell you what, Nathan Campbell can thank his teammate on that one there, because the 23 had the angle on there, and the 45 cut the corner down doing his corner entry. And Harold Watkins backed out of it. He could have stayed in it big time, but he backed out of it. But good side-by-side racing here. This is Dalton Wicker, who restarted 9th. Right now battling for P6 with the 85 with Justin Hendry. Side by side, he's going to move forward. Looks like he put that cell phone down, and now he's getting back to business, Jeremy.
About time he did so, I would say. Let's see what happens as the rest of the time goes without a cell phone in hand. 17:51, still side by side. Zach's going to have a great... Oh, 8-0, Tony Ludi. I just said he had a clean car. And Dustin, our team does not have a grasp at Richmond. We need to have a sit-down conversation with these guys.
Ooh.
But the left front is broken. That's a minimum 8 minutes required. And Tony Ludi night is done just like that.
Yeah, that was a tough hit, too. I mean, he was running so good. We just covered him in the top 10 recap. Was doing good. Came off a turn 2 there. And you see it just broke loose. He's counter steering it. He's out of the throttle. Just no luck there. Bumper panel goes flying. It's out of here, as they would say in the MLB world. Tough break for the driver of that 88 machine.
Yeah, big break, heavy contact. Or bad break, rather, heavy contact. To the 88. Night is done. But quickly on this restart, Dustin, they went single file early. I did not expect that with under 50 laps to go, but here we are, not too racy. But the 28, you got him on your screen. Ryan Bean took one of the early pit stops. Of course, he's never on cycle with the 45 anymore. Nope, I think there's a wall contact right behind him, but he's just not having a good night. He started the first, third of the race up at the front. And once Harold took over, the 28 is just falling off like a rock when this track just continues to rubber it in. So he's got to change up some type of racing line to get himself back. And remember, he pitted before the wreck. So not only is he further back in the field, he's got worse tires than everybody else in front of him.
Yeah, but he did come back down on the second lap of that pit stop. I don't know if he changed tires or if he just fueled it up. With only having, by the time we went back, we only had about 45 laps left. It's a good chance he could have taken that set of tires. Thinking maybe it could go green the rest of the way, because we did just get done with a super long green flag run there. So we know these drivers here over here at RSR can do it. And I mean, I don't know. He's got a lot of work, because the thing is yeah, if he does have fresh tires, Jeremy, he's got a lot of cars to pass. He's got to pass 8 other cars right now to get up there to battle with his teammate for that top spot. So, the 85 Hendry loose out of 4, saves it though. I was just getting ready to look at the battle between him and the 10 of Adam Boughton, and man, what a save. These drivers tonight, Jeremy, are on par with a lot of these saves.
Yeah, like he's having just a great night tonight too, and yeah, that was an excellent save from the 85. I think this is the 3rd or 4th time we've seen the car just get loose by itself. Look at Adam Boughton, still surprised me early in the run. He's got the fresh Goodyears, and he's still running the 3rd and 4th groove, cleaning the marbles off the top. Gets to launch off corner exit. Brock's trying to do it. He can't figure it out. He gets really loose, slaps the wall just a little bit. Goes back to the top. The number 10 is. And just look at this. He's going to be able to run circles around the 85 off corner exit. Goes from side by side to 2+ car lengths. Goes back up to the top 3rd and 4th groove. Loses all that ground. Corner exit. Dustin, we both said turn 2 was not going to happen on this outside, and we're gonna watch Adam Boughton prove us wrong right now.
Well, he just got into the wall on that one there. That's going to slow him up just a little bit.
It's true.
But okay, so here's this strategy here. This is just my take from commentator up here. Aside from the tire wear and the tire heat that he's probably gaining, and the dirty marbles that he's picking up on the tires, it's not a bad strategy. What is one of the hardest things that drivers have to deal with when coming to a short track right now? As you see the 4 Potter get loose again, but is able to save it. He keeps it going. But one of the hardest things that drivers have to deal with on corner entry at short tracks, Jeremy, what is it? Braking. Judging other drivers' brake points. That's what's hard. What Adam Boughton's doing is he's taking that factor completely out. He doesn't have to worry about anybody else's brake points right now, because nobody else is up there. All he has to worry about is his own brake points to make sure he hits his marks to get through the corner, and that's it. You know, is it slower in certain areas? Yeah, but is he risking nailing somebody? No. So, I mean, it's got its pros and cons right now, but with the way that some of these other drivers are working that low line, painting that yellow line, and running that second groove, Jeremy, I don't know if it's going to work. I don't think it's going to work.
No, there's nobody else doing it. The guys up the front of the field, they're not doing it. So ultimately, it's not the fastest line, but at the same token,
it's safe.
It's a fixed setup league, and so the 10's just doing something with the wheel and pedal combination that's making it work, that's able to keep him not terribly far down the field. Currently 10th place. He's up 10 spots from 20th. So he's doing something right with it. But we're going to cycle through a little bit here at 28.99. They're side by side. 115 laps in, 35 to go now. We got a couple other partners to thank here. We're going to thank Waterford Concepts LLC. We gave them a shout out earlier for the the top 10 recap, but they are the leader in engineering, 3D printing, 3D scanning, and composite manufacturing. Focused primarily on automotive, RC, and motorsport. Waterford Concepts is your shop to make ideas a
Oh!
reality. And speaking of realities, Tiny Toes and Zach Wilson
Holy
getting a real loose.
smokes!
But Facebook.com/Waterford Concepts. Finish the plug. Now we have a replay to go
I
through.
am sorry to cut you off. I have not seen a pop on a car like that in forever. That was wild. That was some of the weirdest contact. So this started when the 51 got loose, going through the corner and tagged the apron. But we're going to be watching. Watch this 17 car. The 51's going to come up and lose it. Watch this pop. Boom! He is
Holy
off the
cow.
ground. All 4 tires off the ground. Lands it back down again. Straightens it back out. And keeps going. That is a hell of a drive by Mr. Tiny Toes himself as he was tiptoeing that car on no wheels and then 2 wheels. So what a drive that was.
Well, if we're going to continue that trend, hopefully didn't knock his toe out in that car. But here it is, another look at it. I did not catch that either. That's
Boom!
just, bam, look at that.
And makes the pass as well. He passes the 51. It keeps going.
Sparks are flying, and
Wow.
I don't care if this wasn't even a full send it moment, but we're going to give the FSU full send it to the 17, Dalton Wicker.
He's still going.
Holy
He's still
cow.
passing cars.
Have you ever on that notion? No, I have not. That is one for the books, to go on your door panel while passing a car and completing the pass in the same corner.
That was crazy. And I typically don't cut you off on plugs like that, but when I seen that happen, and we happened to be just watching that race because I seen the 51 of Zach Wilson get loose, and when I seen that pop, we've seen some strange things on this platform, Jeremy, but that was probably one of the weirdest, hardest pops to get that car airborne, all 4 tires off the ground, completely tilted 90 degrees on the axis, and then for him to land on 2 tires, drive it back down to 4, complete the pass, and keep going.
On YouTube, Splash comes in late and says, "What's up, y'all?" And then says, "Wow," after that one. Yeah, wow. Wow's a good word. Wow is a word to describe that. Probably going to be the move of the year, to pass a car while grinding away your outside door numbers on the asphalt below you. Just some impressive stuff there. Highlight reel moment. Hopefully he saves that replay, because you're not going to see it. Number 2, Strentheno. Is he coming down pit road? He is. 7 laps down. It's not scheduled or anything, but here he is, pit road regardless. Should not be seeing a green flag pit stop, Dustin, from this point forward. 26 laps to go. And 10 passing the 98. Pretty calm for the late half of this going right now.
It really has been. I mean, aside from the crazy drive that Dalton Tiny Toes Wicker did there, tiptoeing that car back onto all 4s. I mean, since the drop of the green flag to get that restart from the last caution, I mean, it has. It's been a very mellow. Couple cars getting loose, saving it. The big action was Dalton Wicker's save there from Zach Wilson getting loose. Of course, Tony Ludi getting loose coming out of turn 2. Inevitably ending his night. Other than that, I mean, it's been loose cars, saving it, and just, side-by-side racing. They're just trying to get to the end right now, Jeremy. We only have 24 laps to go. This race is winding down, so these drivers are really trying to do what they can, but they're going to have to pick it up, Jeremy, because at this rate, I don't think anybody has anything for this man right here, the driver of the 45, Mr. Nathan Campbell. I mean, he has drove away from his teammate, Harold Watkins. He's got no competition right now, no pressure in front, no pressure in behind. Lap cars are coming at him one at a time. He's just ticking laps away.
Yeah, just not as strong as of a run compared to last time, only a second and a quarter. But needless to say, no pressure from behind the 45. 23's got a nice little half a second gap over the 57, Brian Fine. And then there's a 3-second gap between third and fourth place, which shout out to Gage Winslow. I think this is the first time we've seen him consistently in the top 10, and now, oh, great. Oh, Zach Wilson loose in the back. Great save. Don't hit the 99. He does not. Very good. Great save there by Zach Wilson, but I was just giving props to Gage Winslow. Almost top 3, definitely in the top 5 tonight. Excellent drive from him. This is, his first month or so in this league, and this is going to be his first top 5 finish if he makes it happen.
Oh, absolutely. And right now he's trying to battle to get around the lap car, the 34 there. That is going to be the 34 of Potter, Nolan Potter, that is, getting by there. And then look who's coming up in the top 5 right now still, the 17 of Dalton Wicker. And he's coming up to put some pressure on Wenzel right now. He is only a car length behind him, and he's been closing in slowly but surely. And if he keeps going, Jeremy, he might find himself in that 4th position before it's done. See Ryan Bean still trying to make his way up right now, battling Nolan Potter in that 34, and he's got the 98 of Nick Alford behind him. Remember, Alford had that amazing save as well, drove that car out of that death wobble and kept it going, so good bounce back for the 98 as well.
Yeah, very good bounce back. Is kind of cycling through here a little bit more. 17, Dalton Wicker, trying to make the pass over Gage, puts him into 4th place if he can do that. Ryan Bean lurking about just under a second away. This is going to close in that pack behind him if they go side by side for more than a couple laps. Dalton's been a little tight on the inside, not able to pass the cars that he's trying to pass on the inside, so gives it up this time around in turn 4, and just like that, they're going to really bring in, I just see on the roof camera, everybody else behind them, 28, 98, 99. These guys are lurking a little bit more, 51 in the distance. Gage pulls away momentarily, though. 17 laps to go.
Yeah, the 17 is going to have to change his line. He gets tight on that bottom, and he could have a little bit of damage from taking that car, all 4 tires off the track, and then 50-50 grinding it past the start-finish line. It could be a little tighter. He might have to try to go to that outside line. But he has been coming on super strong. So this is a battle right here that we're going to want to watch. We're going to want to watch the Brian Bean in that battle for whoever is going to take that 5th spot, because that's going to be one of those pivotal spots, Jeremy. That's going to be the last spot for that 5th place. Right now, it's going to be slotted between Bean and Wicker. But Wicker's trying to change that as he's on the inside of the 36, drifts up a little bit. We talked about his car being tight, and he has to back out of the throttle there, loses a little ground. And the 28 of Bean gains a little ground.
Oh, this is getting tight, really tight. Ryan Bean backs it down just a little bit to avoid the contact for the 1736. Dalton's going to go to the inside, has the nose, has the door, has the car almost so close.
He's got
Corner
it.
exit has it. Move up top if you want. It is. Ryan Bean tries to stuff the nose, gets blocked real quick. 36 Gage back to the inside. Can't stick it. 17 Dalton takes it momentarily. So move that 17 Dalton back to P4.
Yeah, now that battles for that 5th place right there. 28 of Ryan Bean, 36 of Gage Wenzel, side by side off of turn 2. You've seen the 36 wobble a little bit. Car's loose. And right now he's got to be careful because that door is open. And this, we've heard drivers talk about getting freight train crossover move. 36 of Wenzel now trying to put the nose on the inside of Ryan Bean. Going in the corner, but backs out of it. Was not going to be able to make that without making contact. So right now, your top 3 are pretty much locked in as it sits for the time being. But that 57 of Brian Fine now closing in on the 23 of Harold Watkins, Jeremy. We got 11 laps to go. 11 more circuits around this track. This is a battle right here, still within the podium, but this is another battle we're going to want to sit here and keep our eye on.
It's been a minute since we've talked to Mr. Brian Fine. It's been, about once or twice we talked to him post having his baby Bristol a while back. So it'd be nice to talk to him again if he can close this thing out here. Good to see Ryan Bean crack the top 5 once more. Gage, his car's gotten really tight. He just drove the wheels off that thing. You see him stacked up. He's got 2 more right behind him, very hungry. Nick Alford, Kevin Ruff to the inside, trying to get there. Kevin, not for position, though. He is 21 laps down after those damage repairs. He's just here to mix it up and have some fun. So it's really just Nick going for a position. Through 1 and 2. Still knows the tail. Calvin's going to go to the second groove. And this is basically the only action we have on the track right now, as we're just under 10 laps to go. I want to thank one of our partners. Oh, a little contact here. Actually, we got a little pass. And Nick's going to get there at the line just barely. Has the preferred groove into turn 1, and there it is. Passes Gage like nothing. Calvin's going to follow along suit. But I was going to say, I haven't shouted out our official theme music for Nerd Tunes in quite some time. Spring Fever Band. I think we're rocking right now. Credulous. They're on the intro. But New World, still one of the main theme songs here for Nerd TV. They got a lot of new stuff on the works. A couple of 2024 new releases for singles out as of this past couple months, and I think they're setting up for maybe a small EP album possibly here real soon. So stay up to date with them. Spring Fever Band across all your music platforms: Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Play. Follow them on Facebook and X, and yeah, go check them out. The music's great. Good mix of hard rock and a little bit of like I don't know, what would you call it? You call it heavy metal, you call it hard rock, and a little bit of like a good mix, Dustin. Alternative. Yeah. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Alternative. So a little bit of everything for in the rock world.
Yeah, they have a really good sound. Absolutely, and we're happy to showcase what they have to offer. Love working with them. Glad that they allow the nerds over here at Nerditudes and Nerd TV to showcase what they can do. So go take a look, listen to them. Not a look, a listen. They did, again, excellent stuff. That's Spring Fever Band on both X and Facebook. But Jeremy, yeah, it looks like stuff is kind of spread out a little bit more now. You see the 2 Schrinthal, he's coming back through. I believe he's got fresher tires. We've seen him come down not too long ago. Again, multiple laps down. But still trying to duke it out there. But this right here is for position. 36 is Gage Wenzel. 51 is Zach Wilson. Wilson has a little bit of damage from the contact where he got loose and led to that crazy pop effect there that Dalton Wicker decided to 50-50 grind and drive out of. But he will complete the pass there. Very close cut there, but he's going to try to move forward. That's going to mark Zach Wilson up to 7th. Gage Wenzel back to 8th. Still solid top 10 runs for both of these drivers.
Yeah, still solid nonetheless. Gage will not get his first top 5 here tonight. 2 laps to go. Winding it down real close. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Sponsored by Elevated Esports Racing. 45, 3-second lead. No pressure. Going to take this thing super easy. No Austin Dillon, 2 car lengths behind in the turn 3, so he's safe. Looking at a little battle here. Does Brian Fine make that kind of move? Answer is nope. Didn't expect it. Didn't see it. Here at the line, 45 takes yet another checkered flag here this evening. It's going to be his 4th of Part B of the 2024 season. Job well done here for the 45 camp. Harold Watkins 2nd, Brian Fine 3rd, Dalton Wicker 4th, Ryan Bean rounds out the top 5. And we're going to see what this good boy has in store here for a burnout. Teammate's going to give him a congratulatory bump. They're both going to chase him down to the front straightaway. Brian Fine tried doing a little bump. 45 pulled away. Through the grass. Doing a burnout, bouncing around a little bit. And you're safe there, Dustin. I don't think he's going to hit the wall from the middle of the grass. And he's going to park it. No, wait, hold on.
Oh, he flirting.
He's testing me.
He's testing you, my guy.
There you are. Separate yourself a little bit. Perfect. All right, well, here we go. Unofficial results for tonight's victory. Fuel 175. Nathan Campbell 1st. Harold Watkins 2nd. Brian Fine 3rd. Dalton Wicker 4th. Ryan Bean 5th place. 6th, Nick Alford. 7th, Zach Wilson. 8th, Gage Wenzel. 9th place, Gino Mero. 10th place, Timothy Watson. 11th, Justin Hendry. 12th, Brandon Gagnon. And the last person on the lead lap is 13th place, Adam Mountain. 14th on back, 1 lap down or more. It's going to be Brock Potter, Nolan Potter, Robert Fitzpatrick Sr., TJ Bartell, Zach Schrenthal, Calvin Ruff, Tony Ludi, Anthony Hodge, Christopher James, Jeff Chandler, and Sky McGurk. Those are the 24 entries here. The final 3 on the list did not start, but will be rewarded last place points. Bob Fitzpatrick, Jerry Culver, it's Jackson Brown. And we're going to go to full screen. We're going to gather up our top 3. We'll be right back here just in a quick moment.
Welcome to a whole new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared. Forward we march. Welcome to a whole new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared. Forward we march. Welcome to
Welcome back here to the Martin Sports post-race show. We got our top 3 gathered up here this evening. First one, we haven't talked to this man in a little bit here. Brian Fine in the 57. What's going on, man? Congratulations, P3.
Thanks, man. How are you guys doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. Close to baby time on my end. Dustin, on the other hand, he's just chilling, picking up top 10s left and right in his league and whatnot. But hey, congratulations, man! Awesome job out there. You started 13th, gained 10 spots. Looked like the car was pretty stout. Stayed clean all night long. So what did you do to that car throughout the race to go from 13th to 3rd?
Be quite honest, I'm still trying to figure out the same thing. Made a little bit of a master cylinder adjustment thanks to Zach that pointed that out. I just was locking the front up. Made a little bit of adjustment there, a little bit of a brake bias adjustment. Car was stupidly good on the long run. Short run, not so well.
Well, good job making the tweaks and adjustments you needed to get that thing running good. Coming into the night, I didn't know what to expect with the next gen. I expected some bottom feeding. I saw a couple cars way up in the 3rd and 4th groove. Did you ever try to test out those lines to see if your car could maybe get a little extra speed out of it?
I did at the beginning of the run. I didn't really see a difference. I thought the best thing was either stay at the yellow line or, kind of move up a car width. I think that's where the true speed was. Some guys did make it work, but you did start to notice, tire fall off. And that's the biggest thing is key is tires at this track. Talking with my guys here on RTR, Both my rear tires were burning up. I mean, if you saw my car, in car, or whatnot, it was sliding back and forth.
Yeah, from our camera angles, we did not see that, so kind of disguised that well for us. But man, last touching point too. I think the top 12. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Top 12 advanced to the chase. You came into this thing 15th in points, only 10 back from that cut line. This is going to move you into that cut line, maybe a little bit above it. So, what are you going to do the next 3 weeks to solidify your chances at the playoffs?
I believe we're top 16, I think is what it is. I mean, we just got to keep pushing, keep moving, do this 1, 2 times a week. You know, wife and I just recently moved to a new place. There's been a lot of things happening personally in life. But just got to keep the focus up, got to keep going. We're making strides. Hendry's making strides, Wilson's making strides. We're slowly coming to the end of the season in the regular chase, but we're gonna get after it, get ready for a championship.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I did notice the team overall has picked up its speed for sure. But congratulations, man. Top 3. Final thoughts before we let you go.
Appreciate you guys up in the booth. You guys do one hell of a job. Shout out to my wife, Rachel Bristol. I love you. She's asleep. I'm trying to be quiet. Great sponsors, Fine Beer, Peterbilt, Steve, hashtag Logan Strong. Man, it was a good night overall. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Great stuff again, and we'll catch you next week at Michigan.
Yes, sir. Hopefully we can do a fine job.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is. Thanks, man. Yeah, have a good one, and we'll
See you
talk to you
guys.
next week. There's Brian Fine with a fine job comment there. Of course, when we don't sneak it in, he's going to do it for us to make sure we're on our game, Dustin. So
100%.
we'll have to step it up next week on that notion. But we did with Tiny Toes. We got something else going on that end, so we'll have some fun with it. Second place now, 23, Harold Watkins. In the booth here in that Funko Pop Toyota Camry, man. Congratulations on second place.
Thanks, guys. Making a habit of it.
There you go. There's a comment. Hey, man. Awesome job. You and Ryan Bean early, making some contacts, roughing each other up a little bit. Walk us through the first part of this race and how that came about.
Yeah, I actually got a good jump on him there on the restart, and we were kind of battling, and he got a little bit loose, and I just kind of assumed he was going to get to the wall, and definitely made an ass out of me. So I got sent back a little bit there and had to keep battling, and I feel like if I could have got ahead of him, the clean air would have been paramount. So I was really battling hard, and I don't think it was anything either one of us did. It just kind of happens sometimes when you're running hard.
Yeah, definitely. And I made that comment too. He was about a car width or so away from the wall, just really shortcutted that exit, and you just didn't expect it from my angle, and so that kind of follows along suit there with that. And that's just racing side by side. Things sometimes don't go exactly how you plan it to go, and but you still recovered well. You had a really strong car. You, Brian, and Nathan all 6 seconds, or actually 4 seconds ahead of fourth place on back. So, what did you do in your car differently than everybody else to make it so much faster?
I don't know, because I felt like I was slow compared to Nate. This is one of the few times I feel like I had really nothing for him. Usually, I feel like it's pit stop that gets me. Tonight, it was just on the track. He was just better than me, and I saw the line that he was running, and I just couldn't run it. And I started playing around a little bit, trying to find something, and just kind of made myself worse off. If I would have just ran my line, I feel like I could have maybe stayed close in case he made a big mistake, but no, I just had nothing for him. Luckily, it was just more than what other people had, thankfully.
It's in for on that. Just one quick follow up question with your sponsor. I notated it in the beginning of the broadcast. I have 300 of these things. How many Funkos do you have?
Oh God, a lot. My wife says too many. So
Too many is the
probably
right answer.
Probably in the same realm. My office at work is full of them. I've got my office at home full of them. I'm out of space, so that's my biggest issue. But I keep buying them, so
All right. Well, knowing is half the battle, right, Dustin?
yeah. Nate got me into it
G.I.
a couple years
Joe.
ago. Nate got me into it a couple years ago, and now I'm addicted. So
I have way too many, man. But so I'm not the only one with 300 plus. It sounds like so. Good deal, man.
no, you're not alone.
Very good, very good. Glad there's at least one more out there. But congratulations again, man. Awesome job, second place. Who'd you like to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, first and foremost, thanks to my teammates. Congrats to Nate. He was just head and shoulders better than everyone tonight. Thanks to you both in the booth. I can't wait to watch another second place finish back. Um, Thanks to Sheffield and Ludi for running the league and everybody out there watching. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Well, good luck next week in Michigan, and maybe we'll be talking to you once more.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll be in second again next week, so we'll just plan on it.
Mr. Bridesmaid.
That's right.
Bat over
You
in
could
left
be called
field.
worse, though. I mean, in all honesty, Harold, could be called a whole lot worse.
Like I said, it's a habit. It's not necessarily a bad habit, but I'd like a little bit better one.
We could Austin Dillon into turn 3, and you be setting sail.
Yeah, I would have had to be going about 320 to catch him, though, unfortunately.
That's very true. Very true. All right, man. We'll let you go. Have a good rest of the night. We'll see you next week in second
Yeah,
place.
thanks, guys. Have a good
Yeah,
night.
man. You too. And there's Harold Watkins calling his shots, bat left field, pointing for the home run, calling second place. We'll have to see if he follows up with that. But now, victory lane for this guy. This guy has too many checkered flags. Nathan Campbell, congratulations once more.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. The car was very much a good boy out there tonight. Just
Sure.
crushing it. How? It's a fixed setup. I know you can tweak a couple things inside the car to make it a little better, especially with the brake bias at Richmond. That's a very important tool around this place. What did you do behind the wheel to be so much faster, not just your teammates, but just everybody else in general?
Yeah, I'll put a little something out there. I change my master cylinder every week to the same exact setting every single week, no matter what track I go to. So maybe someone will pick up on that a little bit, and maybe I'll have to accept some bribes or something to get the actual numbers. But yeah, I change the master cylinders every single week, so I know I always have an advantage on braking. And if we ever go to a road course, I think we got. Do we have any more road courses? Or are we done with that?
Watkins,
Watkins
Glen coming up.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, you'll notice a difference. I think you'll notice our team will brake a little bit better than the rest of the competition, and maybe that'll help somebody out there get a little closer to us on those road courses. But
Look at this.
really wouldn't notice it.
Little tip just hanging out in the
Yeah.
wind. It's up for them to
Yeah.
grab it.
Yeah, and pays off on the short tracks, and I think trail braking helps out a little bit too. But yeah, it's
See,
kind of interesting.
you heard tip, Jeremy. I heard bribe.
Yeah, I'll take a bribe for the numbers, of course. Or maybe someone just got to ask nicely, or maybe Harold's got to give me some of his Funko Pops.
There it is. Yeah, we just talked about it. I have 300 of them. He has 300 of them.
Yeah, I
They're
don't know if he
littered
has
behind
that
me.
many. I don't have that many. I did get Harold into it, but I definitely don't have that many. I slowed down for a little while, and he kept going ham sandwich on them, so it's pretty funny. But,
A little too much mustard on that ham sandwich.
yeah, man. Yeah, he goes for all the TV shows and everything. I try to stick to the athlete stuff and like maybe some musicians and kind of a handful of things like that. But no, I got too many hobbies, so I'm into football cards and die-cast cars and you name it. I like it. Too many hobbies.
I love it, though, man. I love it for sure.
Yeah, it's fun.
Well, you can't change your master cylinder for Michigan. So what do you do around that 2-mile track to outperform everybody else?
Yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna be able to go to MIS Sunday, and then I don't know if Harold's just talking about it. We're all got Nolan's bachelor party coming up, so I'm gonna be at
Oh.
2 cup races right in a row.
Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, so we're all going down to Daytona, and should be a blast. First ever super speedway race for me. But no, we'll see about iRacing. We scheduled the trip around iRacing in case you guys are wondering. So it's kind of hilarious. We're not gonna miss any races, but we're going for 5 days, 6 days, I guess. So should be a lot of fun. But I'm not sure what I'm gonna do on iRacing for Michigan. I like the track, so it's a lot of fun. Should be interesting. Maybe it'll be a little bit better racing than what we got tonight. Get some more drafting action in there, and I like it. It's a fun racetrack.
Oh man, well, excellent job there. As far as Daytona goes, I'm 45 minutes south. I've been to that track probably 20 times in total.
Yeah, that's me with
Um,
MIS. So swap it up.
Yeah, it's it's a sweet facility. It's so high tech. You're gonna really enjoy that. But
Awesome. Great to hear.
we're gonna have to close this thing out. We can continue that conversation, but yeah, we're gonna close this thing out. Final thoughts before we let you go.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Just thank everybody. Thank you guys for the broadcast. Hair up to the pants as always. And like usual, if you need any side by side or ATV parts, just hit me up. SuperATV.com.
There you go, man. All right, congratulations once more, and we'll most likely be talking to you next week from Michigan.
Hopefully, we'll see you guys later.
All right, man. And there's Nate Campbell, the guy who set Harold Watkins into $1,000 hobby. Dustin, what's going on over there?
I'm still waiting for my invitation to this bachelor party. I figured that at least with you being down there, Jeremy, maybe it's in the mail. But it is what it is. It was a good race, and I tell you what, probably some of the craziest stuff we have ever seen, Jeremy. I mean, in all honesty, we've seen some amazing saves tonight. We don't get a chance to see very many drivers drive out of a death wobble in these Gen 7 cars, but we've seen it tonight. I've never seen a pop like what we've seen Dalton Tiny Toes Wicker do off of that and go completely vertical sideways, all four tires off the ground, land it, complete the pass, and then put all four tires back on the ground. That was a crazy sight to see and catch on live broadcast. But I mean, the track did not disappoint. It was Richmond, great racing, great side by side, hard racing, and just stellar performance by all the drivers. They did a fantastic job, excellent, stellar performance by the 45 team and Nathan Campbell. I mean, I know Watkins said that the first time that he felt like he had no chance against Nathan Campbell at all, and him and 25 other drivers felt the exact same way. So he wasn't the only one feeling it, but excellent job. Can't wait. As much as I love short tracks, I actually can't wait to get to Michigan. Great facility. It's going to be a great track. It's going to be a good set of racing next week.
That's where I won this past Saturday.
It is
at Michigan. So
we should have some. You should have some insight then, right? As long as you're not in the hospital with your soon-to-be bundle of joy number 2, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the only thing keeping me from Daytona here in 2 weeks is the fact that I have a baby on the way, and so 1 to 2 weeks she will be here. So I'll miss that, but it's for very good reason.
I say it's gonna be sooner. I say it's gonna be sooner.
You say sooner? You're calling next week?
I'm saying you guys could be in the hospital over the weekend. That's what I'm saying. But what do I know? I only have 4.
Yeah, what do you know? What do you know? Well, I was holding this back, but I gotta say it when Harold Watkins said head and shoulders over the competition. I was going head, shoulders, knees, and tiny toes.
Oh, you got me with the tiny toes. I was thinking head, shoulders, knees, and toes. That's what I was saying in my head. I'm like, no, I'm not going to say it out loud, but you brought in the tiny toes. I like that.
It's going to be the new pun for us to refer to, but I've waited over the interviews. We had some fun, but we're going to close this thing out. Scott Martin, take it away. Have a good night have a good rest of your night, guys. And get your nerd on, of course, as always. Check us out, nerditudes.gg. You guys, we'll see you this weekend.
This presentation is brought to you in part by
Martin Sports. Get the apparel, look stylish, be badass with apparel from Martin Sports. martinsports.gg. iRacing iFlag. Must-have flag marshaling system for any aspiring sim racer. Get yours today at iracingiflag.com. Boomer button boxes. Total sim control at your fingertips. boomerbuttonboxes.com. If you race hard, then you need to rock hard.
And no station gets you harder than
iRock935.com. If you're a collector and that's your game, then Dusty Pete's, that's the name. DustyPete's.com. TW.
back when nothing truly mattered